In modern life, we've grown accustomed to flowery words and attention-grabbing performances, yet we rarely focus on the true power of communication. Have you ever wondered why some people possess a natural charisma, not because they talk too much, but because they say exactly what needs to be said? Today, we will explore 6 simple phrases infused with the profound wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Phrases that help you become captivating not through appearance, but through your character and inner strength. Ready to transform the way you communicate and build lasting influence? Let's continue. In a world filled with countless voices, we easily forget that communication is not just about what we say, but even more about how we listen. One of the most straightforward yet most powerful phrases encouraged by Stoic philosophy is, "Tell me more about that." This phrase is not just communication advice. It is a key that unlocks a deep connection with others. To become a truly captivating person, you don't need to dominate the spotlight or constantly speak up. What matters is the ability to step back, to give others the space to express themselves. In today's world, where we are surrounded by endless noise and chaotic conversations, this ability has become rare and incredibly valuable. We often encounter people who are merely waiting for their turn to speak, rather than genuinely listening to what the other person is sharing. That's why when you show sincere curiosity with this simple question, you create a safe space for others to open up, share, and reveal their genuine emotions. From the perspective of Stoic philosophy, listening is not just the act of receiving information. It is a sign of respect, understanding, and deep awareness of a person and their circumstances. When you say, "Tell me more about that," you're not simply asking for more details. You are demonstrating genuine interest in the other person's story and perspective. This creates a fair and balanced environment for communication, one where everyone has the chance to be heard and understood, rather than letting the loudest voices dominate the conversation. An excellent listener is not only someone who understands others, but also someone who understands themselves deeply. In every conversation, they do not rush to judge or respond immediately. They patiently wait until they fully grasp the speaker's intent and emotions. Their silence is not a lack, but a tool that adds value to their words. In this way, they exert greater influence, because when their words do come, they carry weight and depth. Ultimately, the phrase, "Tell me more about that," is not just a communication tool, but also a way to showcase our ability to connect with others. It shows that you don't need to assert yourself overly. What truly creates real attraction is sincere listening and genuine curiosity. And in a world where the ability to listen is fading, you will stand out for the understanding and compassion you bring. Once we have learned to listen and understand others, the next step in communication is acknowledging our own limitations. A simple phrase, but one that carries immense power, is, "I don't know." These 3 words have great strength, not only showing humility, but also symbolizing courage and integrity. In a world filled with people who try to appear wise, admitting that you don't know something is an act of great wisdom and intellectual bravery. In Stoic philosophy, wisdom does not come from pretending to know everything, but from having a clear understanding of one's own limitations. The wise person does not need to boast about their knowledge or hide their shortcomings. They understand that honesty is the foundation of all relationships and effective communication. When you admit, "I don't know," you not only build trust with others, but also open the door to learning and growth. On the other hand, pretending to know everything only makes you less trustworthy, as others can sense the insincerity in your words. Confidence is not about proving yourself, it's about knowing your strengths and weaknesses. When you admit, "I don't know," you don't diminish your value. On the contrary, you display courage in facing the truth. This is a sign of wisdom. Those who are genuinely knowledgeable don't need to assert themselves, but only speak when they are truly certain. They know that in communication, sincerity and humility will always yield better results than trying to appear all-knowing. Therefore, acknowledging your limits with the phrase, "I don't know," makes you naturally captivating. When you dare to face your own imperfection, you not only display confidence but also open the door to new opportunities and deeper, more meaningful relationships. Once we have learned to acknowledge our own limitations, the next step is to practice genuine empathy for others' difficulties and suffering. And in such situations, instead of rushing to offer advice or solutions, a simple phrase like, "That sounds difficult," can make a profound difference in how you connect with others. This is not just a phrase, it is a subtle expression of understanding, showing that you are not just listening to them, but truly feeling their pain. In today's society, we often fall into the trap of giving hasty advice, believing that quick solutions will help others overcome their struggles. However, sometimes these well-intentioned words can unintentionally hurt as they dismiss the real emotions and pain the other person is experiencing. The phrase, "That sounds difficult," stands in stark contrast to this. Instead of immediately trying to solve the problem, you show empathy and understanding, allowing the other person to feel heard and supported. In Stoic philosophy, empathy is not a sign of weakness, but a form of higher wisdom. The wise person understands that everyone has their own battles, and sometimes simply being understood is enough. They don't rush to point out the way forward, but instead, they know that their presence, their silence, and their empathetic words can help the other person feel lighter. "That sounds difficult" is not just a word of encouragement. It's a reminder that in difficult moments, being understood is more valuable than any advice. When you empathize with others, you not only help them overcome a challenge, but you also expand your own heart and sensitivity. Understanding does not mean solving the problem immediately. It means allowing the other person to feel that they are not alone in their journey. Stoic philosophy teaches that inner peace is nurtured by accepting both our own emotions and those of others, without rushing to change them. And when you understand the pain of others, you offer quick fixes instead of creating a genuine, lasting connection, helping the other person feel comforted and not judged. Empathy is a key element in building truly lasting and trustworthy relationships. It not only makes you more attractive in others' eyes, but also helps you develop yourself and deepen your capacity for empathy. After empathy and genuine listening, we continue to explore another powerful communication principle, the strength of silence. While many rush to offer comforting words or try to solve problems immediately, those who truly understand the value of words know when to wait and respect silence. Silence is not a lack. It is a powerful tool that creates space for reflection, for feeling, and for your words, when they do come, to have a profound impact. The word silence doesn't just express a concept. It embodies an art of high-level communication. Calm individuals, those who deeply understand Stoic philosophy, are not afraid of silence in conversation. They know that silence is not a void. It is purposeful waiting. That silence provides space to think, to appreciate the depth of what has been said, and to create an opportunity for the other person to reveal themselves. In life, we often try to fill every gap with words, but it is the silence that gives our words weight. It's the moment that makes words more meaningful, because they are spoken within a context of thoughtfulness and stillness. Silence allows others to feel your presence, not just hear noise. It helps them express deep emotions they might not otherwise share if you spoke too much. In Stoic philosophy, silence is an integral part of self-control and composure. The wise person never rushes to speak unless they have something significant to share. They understand that sometimes silence can be a stronger message than any words. When you do not fill the space with words, you not only allow others to open up, but also show respect for them and for your own thoughts. When you do speak, each word you say will carry far greater value and impact. This silence, when used correctly, will make you more captivating and trustworthy in others' eyes. Therefore, silence is not just a gap between words. It is a profound communication strategy that allows you to express understanding, calmness, and strength. It is wisdom nurtured through maturity and careful consideration. Silence is not a lack, but a thoughtful choice that highlights the value of the words you are about to say. After understanding the value of silence, another critical element of sincere, deep communication is acknowledging the person, not just their actions. A simple yet powerful phrase, "I appreciate you." This is a profound reminder to recognize others, not only for what they do, but also for who they are, the qualities and character they embody. In a society full of judgments based on actions and achievements, we often forget the actual value of a person. But when you say, "I appreciate you," it's not just a simple thank you. You are sending a powerful message. You value them, not for what they do, but for who they are. This not only helps build lasting relationships, but also brings comfort and fulfillment to the recipient. In Stoic philosophy, appreciation and acknowledgement go beyond actions. They require understanding the core of each individual. A wise person recognizes that a person's actual value lies not just in what they do, but in their essence, virtues, and the way they live each day. When you understand this and express appreciation, you not only create a positive space in communication, but also make the other person feel truly recognized, not for what they do for you, but because they are, as they are, deserving of value. The phrase, "I appreciate you," is not just a thank you. It is a powerful tool that helps build trust and connection. When others feel seen and valued for who they truly are, they will willingly open up, share more deeply, and form a lasting bond with you. They no longer feel judged solely by their work results, but instead feel the respect and love from you, a recognition without conditions, a proper acknowledgement of their worth. In life, when you recognize and appreciate others for who they are, not for what they can bring to you, you will build deep and lasting relationships. This is the power of appreciation, the foundation of genuine and trustworthy connections. You will not only attract affection, but also gain the trust and deep regard of those around you. The phrase, "I appreciate you," is not just a way to express gratitude. It is a way to illuminate the beautiful and humane essence within each person. When you have learned to appreciate others and recognize their value as individuals, the final element in building lasting relationships and protecting your own worth is the ability to say no. The word no is simple, yet it holds immense power. This is not selfishness or coldness. It is a way to set boundaries and protect what truly matters in life. In a world that constantly urges us to do more, take on more, and easily say yes to every request, you will soon realize that saying yes too often causes you to lose time and energy for the things that matter most. Those who say yes to everything usually find themselves caught in a never-ending state of busyness, with no space to think or to do things that truly add value to their lives and to others. Therefore, learning to say no is one of the best ways to protect yourself and focus on what truly matters. Stoic philosophy encourages us to master ourselves and not get swept up by meaningless external factors. The wise person knows that every word, every action has value, and only by learning to say no to things that are not truly important can we fully dedicate our time and energy to what truly matters. Saying no does not mean you don't care or that you refuse to help others, but instead that you understand what you need to do for your own growth and to maintain inner peace. When you say no, you are not only protecting yourself, but also showing respect for yourself. You do not allow yourself to be dragged into requests or responsibilities that do not belong to you. And more importantly, when you can say no decisively, you are also making your values and priorities clear to others. It is precisely because of your ability to say no that your yes will hold real meaning, as it is chosen thoughtfully and carries weight and commitment. Knowing how to say no is not rigidity, but an action that protects what truly matters, so you can maintain peace and focus on your goals. When you learn to say no wisely, you not only help yourself avoid fatigue and stress, but you also retain the respect and trust of those around you. This simple no is the key to living a fuller, more meaningful life.